everyone, this is Chrissy. Welcome to my channel, The Return Cart. By all means, if you find yourself liking these videos, then press that subscribe button. And also, if you like this video, press that like button. Now, the video that I'm doing today is the literary mixtape tag, the 80s rendition. Original tag was done by Amy Gets Lit. I will link her video down in the description below. So how this tag works is there's a song and the song goes with a prompt. The first song is You Spin Me Right Round Baby Right Round by Dead or Alive. And granted, that's not the whole title of the song, but it should be. And the prompt that goes with this is a book that confused you. Now, a book that confused me, but I didn't want to admit that it confused me after I read it, was The Sound and the Fury by William Faulkner. Now, there was only really one part that confused me, and it was in regards to a certain perspective. If you read the book, you probably know which perspective that is. And I may give it another read and another try to try and glean what happened, but who knows. The second song is Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, and this is a book that gave you inspiration. Now, I couldn't really think of a book that gave me inspiration. I realized that I read a lot of dystopian novels and ones that just don't have a lot of hope to them. So instead, I chose a book called The Day of Piglet by Benjamin Hoff, and this book really helped me figure some things out back when I was younger as far as religion and belief goes. Granted, it doesn't explain everything about my belief system, but it kind of helped during that time. So that's the book that I chose. The third song is Karma Chameleon by Culture Club, and this is a book with an unreliable narrator, and there's two that came to the top of my head. These two narrators are pretty well known to be unreliable, and that is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, and then there is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. If you know of any other novels that have unreliable narrators, please comment in the description down below. I'm looking for more of them to read. The fourth song is Eye of the Tiger by Survivor, and this is about a book about overcoming the odds, and the one that I thought about the most for this prompt was The Goblin Emperor by Catherine Addison. The main character just goes through so much. Poor Maya. Like, dude did not ask for that. He did not ask for any of that. But he overcomes tremendous odds to become the person that he is at the end of the novel. The fifth song is Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley, and this is the prompt that goes with this is a book with a loyal protagonist, and the book that I chose for this prompt is Through Wolf's Eyes by Jane Linskald, and it's the first of the Firekeeper series, and Firekeeper herself as a character is so loyal to her friends and family. She's so good. Like, she's amazing. If you ever get a chance to read those series of books, it's really good. I haven't read all of them. It's on my list this year to finish the last, I think, 2 that are out, and I think Jane Linskald's writing a 7th. I'm so excited about it. I'm so happy. The sixth song is Girl You Know It's True by Milli Vanilli. And this is, the prompt that goes with this is a memoir or a autobiography or biography that turned out not to be true, or a nonfiction book that turned out not to be true. I don't really know of a lot of them, and there's not really any that I've read that I know of. And I looked up the books that I've read, but the only thing I could think of was to look online. And there's a book called, I think, A Million Pieces by James Fay. That's on the top of the list for every single memoir that turned out not to be true. So I may take a look at that book and decide to read it as a fiction instead of nonfiction. The seventh song is Wake Me Up by Wham, and this is a book that may not be very good, but it still gave you joy. And this was, for me, Divergent by Veronica Roth. Reading it, it's not the best, it's not the most well-crafted book, but it hit a sweet spot inside of me. That sounded wrong. It's not the most well-crafted book, but I enjoyed it when I read it, and it gave me joy, so I'm going with it. At least the first book did. The first book, not the others, but the first one definitely. The eighth song is Every Day I Write the Book by Elvis Costello, and this is a biography or autobiography about an author, not the author, the singular author, about an author, and I chose Wishful Drinking by Carrie Fisher. I don't read a lot of biographies or autobiographies, so this was a little bit hard for me to come up with something. But Carrie Fisher has written books, and she's also helped with scripts, so I'm going with that. The ninth song is Talk Dirty to Me by Poison, and this is a book with nutty bits. Instead of just one book, I chose a series of books. The Dark Hunter series by Sherilyn Kenyon. It's a series of paranormal romance with warriors from ancient times, now in modern times. Please don't judge me. No, you shouldn't judge. Romance novels are fine. They're fine, okay? But I really loved that series when I was younger. I haven't really read the newest ones. Like, I haven't read every book in that series, but I've read a good amount of them. And I liked them at the time. And I probably still do like them. I just haven't read them in a while. And the last song's prompt is Purple Rain by Prince and the Revolution. And this is the prompt that goes with this is a book about the end of the world. And the one that I picked isn't really about the end of the world. It's actually kind of after the end all happens. It's kind of a post-apocalyptic, and that is Implanted by Lauren C. Defoe. It's a cyberpunk novel about the future where cities are now in domes because the environment outside is just too harsh to live in. And that's really what I thought of when I thought of Purple Rain. I thought about that environment and not being able to live outside of it. And it's a really great novel, and Lauren C. Defoe just builds such an amazingly complex world. I heavily recommend it to anyone, especially if you're looking to get into cyberpunk, but you don't want to, do a deep dive in, but you want to have an introductory novel. Lauren C. Defoe does a really good job of making it relatable, but still very cyberpunky, so check it out. Now, I tagged 3 different people in this. Nisha from On the Margins of, Kat from Jaguar Cat Lit, and Jen from Ifler's Inklings. And I hope I pronounced all of those names correctly without having to look down at my phone for the 15th billionth time today. As stated before, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you like seeing this face talk about books, hit that subscribe button. And as always, may you get lost in a book.